Yeah, hi everybody. Um, we're yet again. We're here again for another special edition of the Beyond School series. We started 2 weeks ago. Last week, for some glitch, we couldn't hold the live, but we are here again. And trust that you are excited to be here with us. You're excited to be here with us. Trust you're excited to be here with us. We're going to be having such an amazing time today. It's going to be such an amazing time. If you're here with us, can I just see your comments? Just send your comments in. Let's see your comments. Tell us how excited you are to be here today. It's the last Saturday in 2024, and I promise you, this is the best. This is literally one of the best ways you can end your year, learning a lot that will guide you into the new year, learning a lot of things that will guide you into the new year. And of course, forgive my bad manners, compliments of the season. Merry Christmas in arrears, Happy New Year in advance. Even though nobody sent us, with all the things we have been given, with all the knowledge we've been dishing out throughout this month of December, nobody thought it wise to send us chicken, send us rice, say, okay, oh, African Youth Resource and Development Hub, Mentoring and Development Hub. We thank you for all the information you've given us this month. It has indeed helped us. Oh yeah, take chicken, take rice, take this. Nobody decided to do that, but no problem. God is our rewarder. Abi, that's how we'll say it now. So compliments of the season. Feel free to tell us in the comment section, how was your holiday? How was your Christmas break? How was the whole Christmas celebration? Did you enjoy it? What did you do? How did you spend it? Was it with family, friends? Did you go out? Just tell us. Feel free to share as much as possible. Tell us whatever you think we should know. Okay, I can see Obasoje Salvation. You are welcome. He says he's all ready and excited to be here for the last episode of the year for Beyond School Conference. Of course, I'm also excited to be here. I promise you, we are all excited to be here. It's the last episode for the year 2024. What a run we have had. Although just December, but I promise you, what we learned just this December can change your life for good. So I'm excited just as much as you are. I'm really excited. And I trust that it's going to be an experience of a lifetime yet again. Tonight, we are going to be having our very own leader, our very own, um, the convener of the Beyond School Conference that gave birth to this series. We're going to be having her speak to us. And I promise you, everything you've heard before is going to be like, it's a build up to what you are going to be hearing today. So invite your friends, anyone that you know should be here at this point in time. You will do them a favor by inviting them, telling them, please be here because you don't want to miss tonight's session. If you miss tonight's session, it's just as good as missing the whole thing. It's just as good as not being here at all, not even attending all the previous sessions that we've had. Today's session is going to be like the icing on the cake. And I promise you don't want to miss it. Your friends also don't want to miss it. So go tell them, invite them, share it on your WhatsApp status, Facebook, wherever your social media pages. Just tell them, okay, we are live now and we are about to take flight because that's what we're going to be doing now. We're going to be taking flight. So I'm just going to give us the next 1-2 minutes to invite our friends, invite everyone, and let's see how tonight goes. I promise it's going to be an experience. Definitely. There's no doubt about that. So you have between now, okay, this is 6 minutes past 7. So you have between now and 8 minutes past 7 to bring up your friends, your colleagues, everyone. And also, please keep sending in your comments. Tell us where you are. We don't get tired of knowing your names and where you are joining us from. So just feel free to reintroduce yourself. Of course, we know you, but we want to know you better. Feel free to reintroduce yourself. I am Daniel, of course, as you all know. If you don't know, I am Daniel. Well, if you are just joining us for the very first time, my name is Daniel. And so tell us your own name so that we'll not be referring to you as a random person. We want to build a community here where everybody knows everybody, or everybody knows somebody, and anybody knows everybody. So feel free to tell us what your name is. Where are you connecting from? Are you connecting from Abuja? Are you connecting from Nasarawa State? Are you connecting from Lagos, Edo State, Benin City, Kaduna, Jos, wherever in Nigeria? Of course, during the conference, we had people join in from Cameroon. So I want to believe those from Cameroon will also be here at this series. So if you are anywhere across the world, please just let us know. This is my name, and I am joining from so and so place. So thank you. And so, well, today we are looking at a very interesting topic, a very, very interesting topic. And like I said earlier, you don't want to miss it. You don't want your friends to miss it either. This is a conference. The conference we had was for fresh graduates and undergraduates. And the series, the topic we are looking at in the series today will speak more about all that we have been talking about from the first day of the conference, the second day, the third day, and the first episode of this series up until now. And what are we looking at? Should I say it? Okay, I won't say it, but it's something that is very interesting. If you saw the flyer, you already know what we are talking about, but I'll leave that for our speaker, which is our convener. I'll leave that for our speaker to come and just brush on it and tell us exactly what she wants to talk about. I will save the gist. I don't want to spill the beans. I don't want to give you, what do they call it? I don't want to give spoilers. Yes, I don't want to give spoilers. So stay tuned, and in 2 minutes, we'll be bringing up our convener. So I'm still not seeing our comments, so I don't know if I'm the only one here. Obviously, I'm not the only one because I can see quite a number of viewers. So if you're viewing, please feel free to tell us your name, where you're connecting from, and what you hope to gain from tonight's session. What do you hope to gain? If you don't know what you stand to gain from tonight's session, feel free to tell us what you have gained from the previous sessions, maybe from the conference or from the first episode of the series. Feel free to tell us. What did you gain? I gained a lot. Honestly, I gained a lot. I learned how to navigate life outside school. I learned how to navigate life even inside school. Of course, I wish I could go back to school and apply some of the things I learned, but no, forward ever, backward never. So I would find a way to apply them in my future endeavors, because I'm no longer an undergraduate. In fact, I've graduated since like 2-3 years ago. So if you are an undergraduate, I promise tonight's session is for you. If you're a fresh graduate, tonight's session is for you. If you are, I'm looking for a word to use. Oh, there's this word, but it's not coming to my head now. Well, if you are someone that has graduated for quite some time, so you have experience outside school, you are OG, school OG, living school OG. Yeah, you are a senior man or senior woman. This series today is still for you too. So go and call your fellow OGs. Yeah, Mabel Taiwo from Lagos, Nigeria. Mabel has always been with us from the first day of the conference, second day, third day, first episode of the series. This is the second episode. We should give Mabel an award. I think we should. Obasoje Salvation. Yes, Salvation has also been a very familiar face here. Thank you for joining. Salvation from Benin City. Yeah, how is Benin City today? Mabel, how is Lagos today? How is life in Lagos? Lagos is one city that, okay, I visited Lagos about 2 weeks ago and I had to run for my life because, no. You people are trying in that city. It is a very interesting place to live in. A very, very interesting place. So, Benin City, I've not been to Benin City before. 2025, maybe that's one of the cities I will touch. That's one place I will touch next year. Let's see how it goes. So, so far, only Mabel and Salvation have told us they are here with us. But I can see other people here with us, although they are not telling us their names. they want to learn in ghost mode. They want to use stealth. They want to learn with stealth. They don't want us to know that they are here with us. But, well, we don't bite. We are nice people here. So, no problem. Even if you don't, we want you to tell us your name. But if you don't tell us your name, no wahala now. Bad as it bad. Shall come and enjoy what we are, the food we are cooking. Enjoy the food we are cooking, because I promise you, today's food, it will be sweeter than even the food you ate for Christmas. And I'm not capping. I am sincerely not capping. It will be sweeter than the food you ate for Christmas. And it will even be sweeter than the one you will eat for New Year. Trust me on that. If you don't trust me, take it to the bank. Don't worry. Take my words to the bank. I don't cap. Yeah. So let's give it 2 more minutes for other people to join us. This is 7:13. So 2 more minutes for other people to join us, and we are going to take flight. 2 more minutes for other people to join us. Please and please, now I want to beg. Please and please, ensure you don't leave this live session at any point in time today. As you have joined now, make sure you stay put. Make sure you don't leave, because you can miss 30 seconds, and that 30 seconds is what is going to deliver the word you need. You shouldn't miss out. You shouldn't miss out. Yes, you see, Mabel is already telling us something. He said she learned so much from the previous series and the conference. Miss Ruth's session stood out for her. She emphasized the need to join communities and organizations on campus to help build ourselves beyond school. That is a very profound thing to learn. That is a very, very important thing to learn. The need for community. The need for community. Don't grow alone. You cannot do life alone. That's one thing they have always told us. But many of us, they see them like, say, maybe in a play with a play. But you cannot do life alone. That's just the truth. And so if you are still opportune to be in the university now, and you don't belong to any community that is helping you grow, helping you become a better person, you are doing yourself a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice. I wish I knew this while I was in school. Of course, while I was in school, I was in quite a number of communities, but I was not really intentional about it. I was a ceremonial member. I just participate when I feel like participating. I attend meetings when I feel like attending. I wasn't really intentional. I wasn't a known figure in the community. So if you're still in school, please and please make sure you don't miss out on communities. Join a community quickly. Join a community. Marvel Opechi, viewing from Lagos, he said the Beyond Schooling Conference always goes beyond my expectations. I don't even know what to expect again. Honestly, I also don't know what to expect again, but I know I'm expecting good things. And tonight's session will prove that. Let me not say it. Just wait, and you'll get what we're saying. So in the next minutes, or in the next minute, we're going to be bringing up our speaker for tonight, which is our esteemed convener of the Beyond School Conference. I'm not going to say much. I'll let the bio do the talking. So let's have the bio.
ESOHE Esther IDEHEN is a seasoned organizational development consultant, human capacity development expert, certified business skills trainer, facilitator, and coach, dedicated to unlocking human potential and inspiring a positive paradigm shift for renowned global leadership. With almost a decade of experience in training, facilitation, and coaching, she has established herself as a trusted partner for individuals and organizations seeking growth and success. Her area of expertise borders around being USAID Certified Organizational Development Consultant, Human Capacity Development Consultant, GIZ/GOPA Certified Business Skill Development Trainer, Facilitator, and Coach, Certified Life Coach, Gemstone/Fela Durotori Leadership Coach, Lipaya Facilitator and Coach, Amsterdam, Master Neuro-Linguistic Programming Practitioner, Cognitive Behavioral Therapist, and Family Life Coach. ESOHE has facilitated trainings across various sectors, including private, public, and international organizations, and has worked with prominent organizations such as USAID, PZ, Ministry of Health, GIZ, GOPA, Jobberman Nigeria, Hoist Nigeria Limited, Kaduna Business School, SMEDAN, International Organization on Migration, Nigeria Police Trust Funds, and many more. Trained over 5,000 MSMEs in the last 2 years, coached over 655 startups, empowered over 10,000 individuals, women, and youths to achieve their goals and maximize their potential. ESOHE's vision is to inspire a positive paradigm shift for renowned global leadership by empowering youth, women, and organizations to build, develop, and fully maximize their potential via training, coaching, therapy, and mentorship. She's a faculty member of the John Odige Onyego Public Servant Academy and a recipient of several awards such as Under 30 Coaching and Consulting Personality Award for Youth Development and Nation Building through unique skills, knowledge, expertise, and influence, Campus Humanitarian Award for her immense contribution to youth empowerment, NPNI Award for Developing the Girl Child, winning coach of the 2018 Nigeria Bottling Youth Empowerment Business Summit, where she coached a team of 21 youths to victory amongst over 780 youths and 70 coaches amongst several other recognitions. She is the lead coach and trainer at Gemfield Consult Limited and therapist at Sex and Family Systems Consult. She is highly skilled at helping people overcome their limiting belief, find their identity, build and regain their self-confidence regardless of their emotional and psychological hurts and wounds. ESOHE is result-driven and is open to collaborations and partnerships.
Hey guys, good evening. How are we all doing? Yes. I'm so excited to be here. If you can see me and you can hear me and you're excited to be here, let me see some energies in the comment section. You know, I like to see this energy. Let me see some energy, some comments, some love. Merry Christmas to you. Compliment of the season to you guys. It's so exciting to see you guys. How are you all doing? I'm excited to be at our face again. Yeah, sorry, my light went off. So yes, how are we all doing? I'm so excited. Yes, good evening, Temitayo. Good evening. Okay, I can see Salvation. Salvation has always been present for all of our series, right? Yes, good to see you, Salvation. Yes, Emmanuel, good evening. I still want to see some energy. I don't like the energy. The energy is a bit low. Guys, give me some energy. You guys they're supposed to be hyping me. Look at these people. All right, so without Odu Blessing, good evening. Mabel, I hope you guys are ready. I dropped a message for you guys in the group. Right, yourself and Victory and the other people. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. As usual, I saw somebody saying the bio is bioing, but let me just brag small. That's my old bio. It have passed like that, right? That's my old bio. So it have the matter you have passed like that. Let me brag a little. Do you understand? Yeah, so why do I have to say this? Because I'm going to be talking about a very sensitive topic, right? Oh, thank you, Temitayo. And by the way, yes, I'm putting on my Christmas gift from my Secret Santa. Yes, this glass came to me as a gift from my friend who was my Secret Santa on Christmas Day, and I'm so excited. She beats me to it. You won't believe it. I don't want to tell you people how she beats me to the game of this glass, but I'm planning for her. I've made plans for her already. She will get tired. All right, so back to the conversation, right? So we've been looking at the Beyond School Conference. We've been in the series Beyond School Conference, right? And today we're looking at a very sensitive topic that says, if school na scam, what about education? What that therefore means is that we're trying to put a clear-cut distinction between schooling and education. And I'm hoping that you guys are able to follow me. And I really want you to follow me and follow my line of thoughts on this argument. And I'm happy to hear from you guys. Daniel, hope we have enough space, because apparently this is going to be more than 1 hour. Hope we have space, right? So, Max say, imagine the recent one. My darling, it is well. We thank God for the strength, to do the things, to have been able to do the things we've done, accomplish the things, we've been able to accomplish, right? So follow me carefully, because I know for some of you it's going to come a bit as a shock, right? Because you use the word schooling and education, right? You use them interchangeably. Yes, on a normal ground, we use them interchangeably, but for this conference, we're trying to help you see the difference. Why? Because, as the conference says, it's beyond schooling. I want you guys, in fact, I want you guys to move away from the idea of school to being people who are educated. Recently, I realized that Nigeria has a phrase that says educated illiterates. I don't know how many of you have come across that phrase. Educated illiterate. It's a Nigerian parlance. But what does it mean when you say somebody is an educated illiterate? How can an illiterate be educated? It therefore gives the notion that there is something more, right? It gives the notion that there is something more beyond being able to read and write that makes a person educated. Do we understand? It is not because a person is able to read and write that makes the person educated. No, a person who is able to read and write is a literate person, right? So what then is education? What is education? I want to start from there. What is education? Or let's begin from what is school? We often hear people use the word, have you been schooled in so and so thing? I don't know. So guys, it's a very interactive section as I'm talking, and if it's a question, I need to see your response in the chat so that I know that you're with me, right? So by the way, let me just say, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? Okay, so that's you're responding to me, or I'm seeing you. Okay, thank you very much, right? Okay, thank you. So, what was I saying? I'm just going to be talking, right? Like I said to you for the last time, the first time I did this presentation was over 8 or 9 years ago while I was still in the university. Way over, right? While I was in the university about some 11 years ago, where I had to do an argument on the fact that there is something different. There's a difference between schooling and education. You probably have heard people use that phrase. Have you been schooled? Or I was schooled in so and so. I was schooled in so and so. So then what is schooling? What does it mean to be schooled? The original meaning, what it means to be schooled, right? The history of the word school, right, from the ancient Greek, speaks about leisure. And if you know what leisure means to rest. Do you understand? To rest, to have fun. When you're not doing anything, your leisure moments, times you can do stuff that is not really serious. So for the ancient Greek, right, school for them, right, was a place of fun where people can just have conversation, right? But it moved away. That was not the original intent. It moved away from there. So today, when we use schooled in English, what we're saying is you have been trained in a particular way. Do you guys understand? So when somebody say, oh, I've been schooled in the art of music, what is the person saying? I have been trained in music. Therefore, everybody that is trained in music in that class have been programmed in a particular way to think about music. As long as they're coming from that institution, they are all going to be thinking in a particular way. They have been programmed, they've been conditioned to think in a particular way, right? And many a time than not, they stay within that box. They are not able to go outside of that box. Do you understand? That's what schooling does. That's what it means to be schooled. But today, yes, Mark says today school is synonymous to stress. Rightly so. We see our young ones, you see kids, when you say, let's come and go to school, they are crying. They don't want to go to school. It's not because they don't love to learn. No, it is because of what that environment, what it brings to them, right? It comes to them as stress. But you guys should be shocked. Do you know that the first set of people who started school are called the Prussians? What I did not do is that I didn't check what what country that currently is. The Prussians in 1809. Why did they invent school? Why did they bring about school? Listen to me. They brought about the idea of school when they were wanting to train a set of loyal people that will not question the status quo and just do as they are told. So they brought about the idea of schooling to train a particular set of people that they wanted to take for war. I don't know if you guys understand. That's how the idea of school for the first time came to be, 1809. Why did they do that? Because they wanted to train, they wanted to school, they wanted to condition their men, a set of people who they were going to take to the war front, who will be very loyal people working in organizations, working in their factories, working in their farms. So the first thing that they thought to do was to condition these people to think in a particular way. That's how school came about. Now, if you are a student of history or anything, you know that there is something about the first mention of a thing. Usually, most things will always go in the line of the first. So it's called like the first law of mention. Anytime something is mentioned the first time, usually that becomes the original, that becomes the essence, the core of that thing, right? So, for instance, we talk about words. We said that the first time that words were mentioned was to create. Therefore, till date, anytime words are spoken, words are life-giving spirits, right? So till date, if I want to change a person's destiny, I want to make you stupid, or I want to make you good, all I need to do is sit down and bait you with words. Why? Because the very first time we came across word, it was used to create. So till date, words are still being used to create the realities of people. So the first time that school happened, it happens to be able to condition a set of people not to be able to question certain things, to just do how they are told. And according to those people, these people were referred to as loyal people because that was the game plan. They needed people who will not question status quo. And I'm so excited that the last session we had before this was what? Who can remember? What was our last session? We talked about breaking barrier and doing what? Daring to dream beyond the status quo. So you see that we've been very intentional in what we've been doing. Now, that is that for school. Remember what I've said. It is a conditioning. It is a way of life of people. It is bringing people together and putting them and making them think in a particular way. It's a programming. That's what the word school, to be schooled, that's what it means. Now, let's go to education. Our speaker the last time already began to enter certain things about education. And if you were in the last session, you remember when I said he's already touching certain things. Now, the word education, the etymology, right? It has different etymologies, right? But the one I want to stay with is the original meaning, which is educare. Educare. And educare means to bring forth, to lead from within. I kind of feel that you guys are not following my line of thought, because if you were following my line of thought, there's certain kind of reaction I already expect to start seeing in the comment section. But I just want to be sure that you people are still with me. I hope I'm not speaking above our heads, right, this evening. I just want to be sure that you're still with me. So if you're still with me, let me see you in the comment section. Give me some emojis, give me some fire. Let me know that you can still hear me. Let me know that you are still here. And please, from time to time, do me a favor of I'm writing what I'm saying, the nuggets, the ones that mean anything to you, put them in the comment section. It's just a way of encouraging me to know that you are still with me and that you can still hear me. So I did say to you that the word education, I'll just go over that again, right? It has several educare, it has about 4 or 3 origin etymology. Across that 4, what it simply means is to bring from within, right? Sorry, to bring forth or to lead from within. That's education. Now, by the time you put this and this together, you realize that when we're talking about education, we are talking about you helping a person to bring what is already on their inside. So education is supposed to be a place of self-discovery, a place of awareness, a place where you are able to look inside of you and bring out what is on your inside. But what do we have today in our schooling system? What we have in our schooling system is nobody is trying to bring what is inside out. Instead, people are pouring into you as though you are empty. Are we together? Right now, I really wish this was a physical session. Did anybody get what I just said? So in your school system, in your higher education, in fact, from your primary down to your secondary, down to your tertiary institution, what happens? You're studying engineering. Okay, nobody's asking you any question. Instead, somebody's telling you. Meanwhile, education in its original meaning means to bring something from inside, to lead from within, to call out what is already inside. Now, it may surprise you to realize that in the schooling system that you have today, what usually happens is that people are grouped together not according to their interests, but sometimes according to their age, especially from kindergarten. Oh, we're not going to accept any child who is not 3 years. They must be 3 years old. So you bring people of the same age together and you begin to pour into them rather than bring out what is inside them. Now let's pause and digress a bit. Let me ask you guys a question. All the theories that you are using, all the theories that you're being taught with in school today, the Newton law or the Faraday laws, all of those things, where did they come from? Can anybody just think with me for a while? Where do those theories and principles, where did they come from? Hello? Somebody help me. Aristotle said this. This one said this. The other one said this. Where are those things coming from? Hello? Guys, I need response in the comment section. I need response. Where are those things coming from? Who originated those things that you are being taught with today? From the minds of ancient philosophers. Now, those ancient philosophers, which school did they go to bring forth those things? Thank you, Max. You are getting what I'm saying. So who taught the first scientists? Who taught him? See, what I want to do today, right, is that I just want to create a level of anger in your spirits, and I hope I'm able to do that, to help you begin to see how to think outside the box that the system, the school system, has put you. So yes. Now, it is the things that they sat on their own. Remember, these are ancient Greeks, Greeks, and what do we, so let me stay with Greeks. There's another set of people. These are the people that have more, right? They are the people who have more of the theories that you're working with today. In that time, it was in that time that school was seen as leisure, where people just gather and they're just talking. You can see that whatever you are being schooled with today was something that came forth from a person who was indeed educated. Are we together? What you are being schooled with today are the free thoughts that came out from people who indeed were educated. So I expect you to understand what I just said if you followed me from the beginning. But your today's system, school system, does not give you the opportunity. Instead, it is boxing you and saying to you, if you are a medical student, you must think like this. I studied English and literature while I was in school. Let me tell you my first frustration while I was studying English and literature. Now, many people say, I'm studying English and literature. They think it's not English, it's not education. So it's not like, do you understand? So I got really like shocked when I got into the curriculum and saw, so I have to do every other subject inside English. I thought it was just about how to speak grammar. But let me tell you my very first frustration where I got tired. Like, what's the meaning of this? I was studying English and literature. It is not like a prison, salvation. If you look carefully and you understand the plan, I wish this was a physical session. This is a recorded session and it's on YouTube. So there are some things I don't want to say here. It is not like a prison. Actually, it is a prison. Why is it a prison? It is because it has limited you. It has told you the angle to think within, and it has told you, do not think outside of this. And so when that happens to a man for 16 years of your life, let's say 20 years, do you think that that person can think outside and say, okay, I want to do something away from the normal? Look at it again today. The people who have defiled status quo, who have done things that people are like, wow, check them out. The majority of them are dropouts. Find out. Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, call them. They're school dropouts. In fact, college dropouts. I want to balance this here. So please don't get me wrong. I am not saying do not go through the 4 walls of school. What I'm trying to do to you with this conference is, while you are in school, refuse to stay within that box. Get mingled with people and actually get educated. So come out from school an educated literate, not a schooled literate. Now, because this is not the popular opinion, right? Because this, let me remove this glass so that people can see my face. Now, because this is not popular opinion, organizations still want to hire people. They're still looking for your certificate. So, to be able to change certain things, you have to go through the school system and come out well. That was why the last speaker was saying to you guys the last time that always ensure you are on a first class. Worst case scenario, end on a 2.1, on a 2.1. Don't pass there. That's why you need to put in your best while you are in school. That's why I can talk about this topic, because I was the best graduating student from my set, right? If not, they'll say because she no like school, she no go school. But let me tell you, I've made up my mind. I have made up my mind. When I start raising children, if they choose not to go through the 4 walls of school, I don't have a problem. Of course, they can't have a mother like me anyways and not want to go to school. But you can imagine, even if they refuse, even if they don't want to go through the 4 walls of the formal schooling system, if I have the energy, I don't mind. I will homeschool them. I will tell you why you have to go to school. So that's why the question is, if school na scam, what about education? Because once upon a time, some 5 years back, we had this wave. School na scam, and we had people dropping out. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. That's foolishness. Don't do it. Why? Because you're already in a system, right, that requires that you have to go through that school, whatever. It's already required. Now, if you don't have it, you are seen as a person who is not serious with life. So you must or you should have it. Are we together? Please give me a second. So yes, go through school. What are the benefits of having to go through school? Remember that the original intent of school was to train a certain set of people who will be loyal. But look at it. It is as a result of that we see that the schooling schedule or curriculum schedule is such a rigid schedule. I have to be in school for 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock to 8:30 assembly ground, from 8:30 to 9:10 maths, from 9:10 to 9:50 English. Do you understand? So it is such a system because it was meant to put people kind of under, not necessarily to allow them find expression. Did you understand? Gets me. See, let me tell you guys something. I'm going to say this here. This idea of school, please, I hope you guys are following my line of thoughts. You heard my profile just now. I'm not a person who is not getting trained or learning, right? Currently, in fact, for next year already, for next 2025 that we have not entered, some of the programs I've already reached out to do. They're already running in some millions already. Do you understand? So, what we are saying to you, or the essence of this conference is, while you are in school, while you are in the university, please maximize the time to get educated. And one of the ways you can be educated is some of the things we already started doing. We brought in to you people who were in school and they were doing things. You can see the advantage that they have. Don't do like me. I made that mistake while I was in school. Hey, I want to get first class. So while I was in school, I buried my head inside school. Even relationship, I know green do. So take it from a person who was there. I was not even in any group or whatever. I finished from BIU. I did not join any whatever. But the good thing is that somehow I was building myself. In fact, as a student in BIU, I was invited to speak as a speaker to freshers who were coming into school on purpose, even as a student. But I'm trying to say to you that it could have been more. It could have been more. Even as regards entrepreneurship, I couldn't because I was just buried. I was fixated. I had my head inside school. Some of the things that you will learn in school, if you allow yourself, are the things that we are beginning to train people on now, soft skills. Let me shock you. There's a statistics that says that the number of people that is being, if I don't want to even enter into that one, but let me just say it, that the number of people that we churn out from schools, the graduates that we churn out from schools yearly, needs at least 4 years of training every day before they can be employable in the labor market. And this training is what this time? It's not book. It's the other little things that allows for person. Of course, one of the most in-demand skill currently is problem solving. But let me shock you. Do you know that because your school system have been pouring into you and not allowing you go inside and bring out what is on your inside, the average Nigerian person cannot reflect? So, those of you can see my status. Last week, I put up that I was in a meeting with my colleague in Germany, right? And we're to work on a psychosocial module. Psychosocial is like helping people who have been through emotional, psychological wounds. And she said to me, my colleague, a German lady, She said, I have noticed that when we're in the coaching room, that most Nigerians, right, African, are not able to reflect. And I said, yes, not just you. Even when I work with them in the coaching room here, as a therapist or as a coach, they are not able to self-reflect. Why are they not able to reflect? Because the system. If I ask you now, why are you here? You tell me because I want to come and learn. Why do you want to learn? And because I want to be better. Why do you want to be better? If I keep asking you that why, at a point you will get tired. Say, what's all this? But actually, that is supposed to be able to help you look deep within and really ask yourself, is this worth it? Do I want to do this? But no, we can't. Rather, we're looking for people who want to help us put the answer on our table, put everything on the table. And upbringing is also part of it. Your parents won't allow you to think, especially your mothers. They want to solve all the problem for you because they love you. No. Anyways, I'm not talking about parenting today, so let's not go into that. Are we together, guys? Are you following? So, education, therefore, so let's begin to tie things up now. Look at some of the importance. What does education then help you do? It helps you to stand out. Somebody say after six years, that's to strike inclusive. Yes. So let me even shock you guys a bit. So just yesterday, one of the organizations that I trained with in Amsterdam, yes, in Amsterdam, right? I noticed that they did a mention for me and some of my colleagues on my other 4 colleagues on LinkedIn, right? And they were appreciating us. Oh, the soft skill trainings. We sat with some of the beneficiaries and they attest to it. So these are it's a program with Sunga where they are raising developers, software developers, but then they make them take some soft skill courses. And at the first glance, and every time I come to take that training, the developers are wondering, why do I need to learn how to communicate effectively? Why do I need to learn problem solving? Why do I need to have a growth mindset? Why do I need feedback training and all of that? It is until after the training they realize that, my dear, you don't know anything. All these skills that you're learning is rubbish if you don't have any of this. So, and guess what? Just yesterday, just to say, oh, thank you for the work you could do. I'm being paid. It's a contract. I'm paid for every time I come up to train. The CEO or the ED of the organization decided to gift me and some of my other colleagues 50 euro each. I'm so excited, right? And that's about 100K. We wish me to buy something. But why am I telling you this? It is so that you can see. I'm trying to back up. You see what I told you, people? That's the statistics says that we would need to train graduates every day for the next 4 years for them to be able to at least match up with this thing. With my AC has gone off. With to be able to meet up with the employability standard. So the question now is, why have they been killing themselves in school? Why? Something is missing. So for even some of you who want to think outside of the box in your school, what happens? By the time, especially if you went to public school, by the time your professor says A equals to B, and you're saying, sir, why is A equals to B? Don't you think that we can have, in fact, why is 1 + 1 2? Why? 1 + 1 is 2. But sir, within the confines of marriage, 1 + 1 is 1. Could it be that there is something we are missing? Why can 1 + 1 not be 11? What happened? Your professor will tell you, oh, you're trying to question me now, isn't it? Who can attest to that? Instead of them to think in that line with you, they will mark you as the bad student in class and decide to fail you and say you're trying to do what? Show yourself. What I'm saying to you in this program is, don't let those things allow you stifle your your thinking mind. Don't. When you're in Rome, behave like a Romans. That means that while you're in school, you see that that's how the professor is. Allow him. Do what you have to do, pass the course. But get you a set of people that think in the same interest like you. Let me tell you, actually, when it comes to education, you are supposed to have, they're supposed to be amongst your interests, people who you both have the same interests. Those are the people in a proper education system. If you really want to be educated, it is people who have the same interests that should be grouped together and taught together, not people of the same age. That's why you need to find yourself into certain kind of circles, certain kind of communities. Why do you get educated in those communities than you do in your school? It is because you are dealing with people who have the same interest and of the same like mind. If you guys can, you can remind me, I mentioned it some time back. I will look for the link to the book I wrote, Teaming and Slaying. I'll just share it for you guys. It's free. I think it should be on my website, where you can just read and understand what I'm talking about. You have to be among your kind to be able to think and give expression to yourself, to all that is inside. Now, the thing is that every man that was created and sent to this world did not come empty. You didn't come and continue the status quo. No, that's not the plan. Today, they tell you that you cannot do science and arts. Really? But we hear names like Aristotle. We hear them in management science. We hear them in arts. We hear them in mathematics. So why as of today, you cannot be both a science and art student? Why? You're a medical doctor. No, you cannot act. Really? Find people of the same interest as you and stay with them. Look for people who are disruptors. That's why, as at today, I am one of the things I enjoy to do is to raise people who are thinking outside the box, people who are asking questions. If we say, why this has always been, why can it not be like this? My dear young people, somebody said there is a law that whatever goes up must come down, the law of gravity. Abi? Somebody came up with the law of aerodynamics to say, yes, what goes up should come down, but something should be able to stay up. And that's why you have the aeroplane. Why? Defying the law of gravity. Who's stopping you from thinking? What is stopping you from thinking? What is stopping you from paying attention to yourself? My dear young people, I said to you earlier that an educated person is a person who is self-aware. It's a person who is able to live in the reality of who they are and bring out everything that's on their inside and channel it. Today, we have young people who are scared of staying with themselves. You all want to be out. Stay with yourself. Sit down with yourself. Ask questions. Talk with yourself. Ask yourself questions. Why am I here? Why am I on this earth? What am I doing here? So for you to even know how much of a prison that you are in the name of education, in the name of schooling or education, being used interchangeably now. A certain trend just come. All of you run and follow it. Today was raining. Jackpot. Nigeria no good. Nigeria is too hard. Who told you? Yes. Who told you? The things you are believing and running with today, who told you? If those people have said something different, don't you think that your reality would have been different? Recently, I'm beginning to argue for certain things when I'm amongst my people as a psychotherapist or as a therapist, not when I'm with people as a training. When I'm with my people as a psychotherapist, I'm recently beginning to argue with people and say, if we didn't have words like depression, do you think that people would have been depressed? Because I'm working with people and I'm seeing people who are just sad because something happens to them. Sadness, not being happy, is an emotion of life. And then I hear I'm being depressed. If that word depression was not in existence, what would have happened? This is how you think. You think outside of the box. But when you're thinking outside of the box, in you allowing yourself to be educated, you're not beginning to look like a weirdo to other people. You know what a weird, WEIRDO, a weirdo to other people, and then you say because Mr. So should think outside the box, you are not now able to have conversation with other people. No, that's you being stupid. Sometimes when I'm talking with people, I intentionally play the devil's advocate. If you are saying A, I'm saying B. Because I want to know. And why do I do that sometimes? Sometimes I don't just do that with everybody. It depends on the sessions I'm in. I do that with some people because I want to know how strong your conviction is. Now, because a person tell you, my mentor used to do something to us then, and she does it till today. When she just started it looked like trouble. When I tell her, oh, this thing, if I do this thing like this, is going to happen like this, she will ask me, who told you? Like, who told me? I know. Okay. It took me a while. Sometimes, the first time she said, who told me? I'm telling you now, mommy. You're asking me who told me. It got to a point where I noticed that why was she doing that? Your conviction, we want to know. Do you really know what you're saying? It got to a point when she says, who told you? I say, I know. We didn't just get there. That is, you get to a point of conviction and say, you know what? I know. I know. But that's what the school system is robbing you of. Now, why should you, now having understood all of this that I've just said, why then should you commit yourself to school? Now, remember one of the things, if you look at the school schedule that I talked to you about, I already told you about the fact that it is meant to raise a group of people who are loyal and who question certain things. In that regime or that schedule that is drawn or that routine, one of the things that happen is that you learn discipline. Yes. So I'm supposed to be in class for 8 o'clock. I need to be there before 8. Discipline. You learn consistency, doing one thing over and over. So I'm giving you advantage of why you should stay through this whole system. You learn consistency, you learn discipline, you learn hard work, right? There is a jam. You have 7 lecturers and all of them give you assignments and tell you we must all get it next week. They don't care. So to an extent, it stretches you. And that stretch, that physical exhaustion, it's needed for the journey that you're going to. In fact, to be educated. I used to say, so sometimes my team members, they are here. Sometimes they say, Ma, you're too busy. One day I said to them, I said, I don't think I've ever told them. I don't think I've ever told them. But when I'm with my guys, right? Those days when they say I'm not feeling fine, I used to say, people rest. After some time, I stopped. We stopped saying rest. We started saying to ourselves that, you know what? This thing is a global mission. This thing is a global mission. Why did we start saying that to ourselves? Because the goal is global. So we started saying, I started saying to them, I said, the people who control the world, I hope you know that there are people who sit and come up with policies for the world. It was people who sat down for COVID-19. I said, these people don't sleep. They can go 3-day stretch thinking in their head the world, how the world wants, how do we condition the world? So there are people who at the table, the world, everybody, over 200 billion people or so, I mean 7 billion people, I can't remember, are what? It's their chest point. They sit down, they do like this, I said we must get there. Therefore, we cannot afford to say because we did 24-hour stretch, we are breaking down. No, this body can't break down. Education, thinking outside the box. So, my dear young people, you see why you began to think that school na scam. You can see it. That indeed, you may be right to say school na scam. Why? Because they kept saying to you that when you go through school, when you become a lawyer, become a doctor, become a this, become a that, you'll be wealthy, you'll be this. But no, nobody told you that going through the 4 walls of school needed you. You needed more to become a person of influence and affluence. Somebody told you that. Nobody said that to you. And that's what I'm saying to you. That's why people went through school and people were angry because they told them that the moment you go through school, what's the word now? Don't you want to be a better person? And then all they say to them, you become a lawyer, you become a doctor, you become a this, you become a that. And then by the time they finish, they realize that the people that were not serious in school, that were getting D, E, and F, they are the ones at the end of affair, employing you that was getting A all the way. Why? Because those people, while they were in school, right, engaged themselves with other things. They got themselves educated, while you only got yourself schooled. Are we together, guys? Are we together? So all this yeah, you guys give me some emoji. Let me see how exciting this session is for you. Let me see how. Just use an emoji. Use an emoji to tell me how. If you are still in the room, should we continue? Should we end this session here, or should we continue? Guys, just let me know. Should we continue? That's only one fire I'm seeing. That's only one fire I'm seeing. Let me see. Use an emoji to tell you how exciting this session is to you, or how much of an exposure or discovery it is to you. So, my dear young people, some of you need to put yourself in circles where you can be shaken. Some of you are so much in a comfort zone. You're so much in a comfort zone. And the speaker was saying the other time that growth cannot happen in the place of comfort. It doesn't happen. It doesn't. I was going to say to you guys that schooling, to a large extent, is being overrated. Check out the people who went to school in the 60s. Check them out. They didn't go to universities. Coscharis of Innocent Motto. I was listening to him the other day. It's English, when they complete. You can't make it. But the guy is something else. Let me shock you, but let me help you think a little again. The other time Tony Lumelu put up, if you follow him, he was a guest lecturer in one of them Ivy League university. What did they call him for? To just come and talk about the things he's doing. That was happening there is education. So you see that people can sit down and allow expression come out from themselves, and then they become studied as case studies. You guys don't know. When they invite them and say, come and talk, they don't give them anything. They Harvard and all. What happened? They begin to study into what they are doing. And like, how are they doing it? Let them come and talk about it. That's what happened in those universities. But here, they come back to Nigeria and give you a curriculum, or to Africa, give you a curriculum to put you in prison. Somebody was trying to say, yes, indeed, that's the plan. To continually make you underdeveloped. In case you don't know. In case you don't know. When you check for certain things, when you go on Google and look for certain things, as long as you're within the Nigeria context, What you see is different if you search for that same thing and you're using another VPN. So maybe you're in the United States. Maybe some of you don't know. Are you aware that even your TikTok, what TikTok shows you here as a Nigerian, that's not what it shows in China? Are you guys aware? What is happening? You can see that you are being, that's what I mean when I say schooled. You can see that you are intentionally being schooled to think in a particular way. That's why if you must save yourself, one of the things you must do as a young person, refuse to follow the trends. Don't do it. If you can hop on it for positivity, to ride on it because, oh, maybe you're a business person, do it. But away from that, don't do it. Hey, this is what is running. Everybody, you're running and going. Don't do it. Don't. And you see that it takes a lot of mental strength to pull yourself back and say, As a matter of principle, let me tell you people some of the things I do. When you say this thing is raining, I know they buy them. I will not buy it. I will not wear it. As a matter of principle, I won't. As a matter of principle, when I go out to even get certain things, I'm looking for what is not common. I go out to some places to shop. I stand and I see that cloth. I see 5 of it in one stand and not go buy. These things look petty to you, but they are a way of you saying, you know what? I cannot be swayed by so and so thing. There are some things I don't listen to as a matter of principle. Don't tell me that I need to know it. No, it's not an interesting thing in my field, so I don't give myself to it. I have friends who that is their field. Let them stay inside and study. For me, no. Intentionally try to stand out. Intentionally try to stand out. Intentionally try to stand out. I know that they say you're the black sheep of the family and you're trying to cave in, you're trying to make everybody like you, but no. Don't cave in. Now, so everybody they do one. You don't have to do it that way. In all of this, my dear young people, there is something that is very crucial and pertinent. There's something that is very crucial and pertinent. It is you must understand that you are a spirit and that you function first from the spirit realm. You must understand that. You must understand that. My team, they will tell you. Sometimes they tell me, Ma, we cannot do this and do this. According to, I say, who told you? Hey, we cannot push this and push this. I say, you will push it at the same time. You will push it at the same time. Even if it will not work. But the fact that you already have your mind caged up to say we cannot do it, you will do it. It's my money, let it waste. But you see that thing that told you first that it cannot be done. Some of them know. Mag, you cannot push out 2 programs at the same time. Push them out. This is not to say be intentional and don't learn from other people's mistakes, because no. See, if you listen to me very well, you will see that some of those things, even if I know that I'm going to jam fire, why am I doing it? I'm trying to fight against something. I'm trying to fight against something in my mind. Do you get it? So that's how you must begin to think. That's how you should begin to think. There's several opportunities out there for you as a young person. Take them. In fact, know when to take certain opportunities and even say, you know what, if this opportunity comes, I don't mind deferring my admission for 2 years. Let me go and do this thing and then come back. You should know when to do that. This thing about I must finish school, so it's overrated. Very soon, school will be deprived of its power. You know why? Because people will become liberated. People will begin to think. And when that happens, because such people, you cannot handle them, you call them rebels. No, they're not rebels. We need those people to be able to cause certain change. People who will say, why is 1 + 1 not 11? Who said it's 2? That's why even in your mathematics, some of you ask certain questions, your teachers cannot answer you. Why? Because now what they tell them? Your professor is coming to class, is carrying the book that they used to teach him 20 years ago. That's what he's coming to use to teach you, such that the things that you are being taught in the school, they are not relevant to today's reality. Why? The people who are setting up the policies have never been in touch with the marketplace. They just sit inside their house and they're coming up with policies. That's why your president will sleep and wake up and say that people should only write WAEC when they are 18. When at 18, people already have unicorns in other countries. They are here talking about they should write WAEC when they are 18. Where is that coming from? Let me shock you, my dear young people, just in case you think that the West, by West, I'm talking about other places that you are jackpine to. In case you think that they like you, think again. You're just being exploited. It's new colonialism, and your school system is a tool in their hands for that. Think again. Think again. One of the reasons why I can never be moved, my friends are saying, you're dancing. I said, I'm not travel to where. If I want to go on vacation, I go and come back. And dance, stay where. If I want to go there and learn something because, oh, they have advanced, I go and learn, I come back. I'm not interested. Are we together, dearly beloved people? Have we learned anything this evening? Have we learned anything from this session? Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Have you learned anything? Have you guys learned anything? Have you learned anything? Have you learned anything? So, all I've said to you, my dear young people, fellow young people, is be intentional about your education. Now, why schooling is a communal thing, community thing, right? Education is an individual thing. It is you that will take it upon yourself to be educated. It is you that will take it upon yourself to get educated. School is going to happen in a community, but education is going to happen at an individual level. It's the reason why some of your parents who never went to school can sit down and see the way a thing is going, and then they will tell you the end. They don't go to school. Why? Education. Education. Remember, if you choose to say school na scam, which I'm not going to argue with you, that's not the essence of this. Remember that education is not a scam. And remember, I also said to you, never make that mistake of going through the school system and not maximizing it. Don't come and say, oh, the school na scam, therefore I'll come out with tutu. I'll come out with, no, don't. Get the best out of it. Get the result. Why? Because whatsoever your hand findeth to do it well. Whatsoever thing your hand finds to do it well. But understand the reason why you are doing what you're doing. When you understand why you're doing what you're doing, is the reason why you cannot be caught up in the rat race. If some of you understood some of the things you understood now, some of you would have not fought to even enter school at the time you entered. You would have done other things before you now go to school. School like university and all of it. Some of you will seize every opportunity. You see, when ASU strike happened and you people are shouting, ASU strike, many of your mates use that ASU strike. You don't have a mate though, but many of your colleagues use that strike to learn something and set up businesses. While you were sitting at home, when we asked to call off this strike now, why the only reason why you are shouting why we asked to call off this strike is because in your mind, this strike, I said I will finish school when I'm 20. Who give you work? Who send you? Who give you work? And you think when I'm 20. That's the only reason you're concerned about this strike. It's not because you think that anything reasonable is happening there. Make hay while the sun shine. You're a young person. Use it well. Those were some mistakes I made. I didn't enter school. I did 7 years at home before I entered school. Why did I do 7 years at home? My father wanted me to study medicine. I wanted to be in the arts. In fact, at the point I said I wanted to study law. So I finished secondary school as a science student. I was the laboratory prefect of my school. But I didn't want to be a science student. So when I finished, and my father said, you know what, you didn't get your physics, so we'll register you again. I told him that, you know what, if you will not allow me to do what I want to do, I will sit. I'd rather see, some of you have to be dogged with your future. I said, I'd rather sit at home than you make me do what I don't want to do. If I were to advise my younger self now, maybe I would have even just gone ahead and do whatever sciences. But no, if I would have advised my younger self now, that time, that's 7 years that I stayed at home. I didn't learn any skill. I didn't. I would have learned, I would have had my hands filled with different skills before I finally got back to school. All I did with that 7 years was to go and work, which is the same thing that some of you will be doing now. Want to just go and work in the fast food. I just want to go and have money. It's okay. But some of you don't have to make certain mistakes that some people already made. That's the reason you have people you should always talk to. Some of my young people who did the Edo State Edo Beats, they trained them in tech programs for 1 year. I went to teach them on interview skills and some other soft skills. Some of them became my young mentee, and I told some of them as at that time, that was 2021. I said, don't enter university. Go to Micron, go to ICT, and do 1 year there. You will be more valuable to the job community than the person who went to do 4 years in the university studying computer science. Why? Because he will never have a computer to touch. You know not to own computer. Some of the things you are taught are not relevant to the reality of life, because the people making the educational, the school policy or school curriculum are not in touch with the people who are employers, so they don't know what they need. Imagine me studying English and literature in school and they were teaching me Shakespearean English. Please, how many of you have picked up Shakespeare's book to read? Who still uses Shakespearean English? Who? As a student of English and literature, that's what you were teaching me in school. Shakespeare English. The roots. By the time I came out, like, what am I doing? What's the relevance of Shakespearean English to this life? Can I understand? To do what with it? That was the time I started having issues with school as a curriculum. Because at the end of the day, in my entire study of English, it was in my final year that they taught me things that were relevant. It was in final year that I was there to do the real things like stylistics, pragmatics. I can't remember the name of this movie. If you people, maybe many of you have watched it, where they cloned the president. The real president was kidnapped, and then they cloned another president to be acting like the president. How did they eventually know that this is not our president? It was through his talk. When he was talking, somebody did an analysis of his language and said, this word that this man just used, the president does not use it. That's what stylistics is about in English language. But guess what? So I call them living courses, things that are relevant to, I call them living. That's how I choose to classify them. These living courses, I only did it in final year. And guess what? We really didn't even have people who were good at them. Because when I was doing my projects, my final year project was around one of those things. I did discourse analysis. We did not have a literature to refer to as I was doing my projects on that particular project. And guess what? Instead of the school to even encourage you and say, go ahead, we'll support you with whatever to make this research as a breakthrough. What were they telling me in school then? It's just your first level. It's just your first degree. You don't have to do something that elaborate. Really? Very funny. So you need to be able to see beyond things. And that was the first time I knew that, oh, I said there was more to you beyond what you, because nobody taught me that. From inside, I was rebelling against it. What rubbish. But of course, I had to do it because I had to pass. When I come out, I knew what thing I always have to do. That old God who seated at the heaven, even your King James English is even more recent than Shakespeare. I should sit down and be learning Shakespeare English. What punishment? What kind of punishment is that one? And many of you can relate to things like that in your current courses that you know that is of no use. So, ladies and gentlemen, with these few points of mine, right, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that if you think school na scam, I agree with you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. But education is not a scam. This is why I'm going to be calling it a wrap on today's session. Questions, contributions. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you have questions? Do you have? But while we're looking at those questions and contribution, I want to ask you guys one thing. Okay, it's as if we're having a real network delay because I'm done saying some things. Yes, thank you, Obasogie, G.I. Joe. That's the movie. If you guys can go and watch that movie, those of you that studied English language, that's what you're supposed to be doing. So people who study English can work anywhere in the world if you know what to do with it. You can work in any organization, but because your system here limits you, you come out, you're thinking, waiting, I want to do. You can be anywhere, any organization. Thank you, Max. So guys, I have come to the end of my session. This is where I want to call it a wrap for today's session, But before we go, I want to hear your view on something. I hope you guys can hear me. I want to hear your view. Please don't cry, oh. All this plenty crying emoji. What I want you to do, don't start doing pity party for yourself and say, if I had known. No. What you should do is pick up something now and begin to learn. Some of you are already out of school. Go back and learn certain things. Go and get certain certifications. Don't say, I know girl won't teach me. Go to Allison. There are free courses there. Go and learn. Even if you cannot pay for their for the certificates yet. Forget it. Get the knowledge. Remember, it's all about education. Sit down and learn. Go and do something. Some of you need to even intern under people. Some of you need to volunteer with people. Some of you need to submit yourself to people. All right, so that being said, I want to ask you people. So next week is New Year. So let me be the first to say Happy New Year to you guys in advance. See you all in 2025. So somebody reached out to me. This is like the second person. Again, if you can see my status, you'd have seen yesterday. Not okay. I don't know if you can really see my status because I have my WhatsApp and WhatsApp business, right? So I do most posting sometimes on my normal WhatsApp, but a couple of you on my WhatsApp business. I will repent. I will try to be more focused on my WhatsApp business, right? So I put up on my normal WhatsApp yesterday. Who says you can't? I'm on the group with you people. Before the program started, I tried to network with a couple of you and say, oh, just send me a message. I'll save your contact, save my contact. You apparently know that I don't really, not because I don't want to, but I barely have all of that time. But so reach out. I'm with you on the group. Reach out, send me a message. By next year, we're going to be bringing in most of our other speakers, but it depends on what you want to do with them. I don't want to bring them to the group and you people are not responsive. They're not asking questions. You're not able to utilize them or maximize them. I will not put them. But for next year, so somebody had reached out to me and say, they wanted me to organize a goal setting masterclass, right? Of course, if you go around, you know that's what is trending this period. Everybody's doing goal setting masterclass. I did some 4 or 5 years ago. Yes, I did. It wasn't goal setting, it was goal stretching masterclass, right? And some of the people who attended, two of them reached out to me. They said, Amma, we need you to do a goal setting masterclass. You know that you're more thorough and intense and blah, blah, blah. You know, you're all round, right? Now, there is a whole lot to setting goals. It's not just about write the goals down, write your plan. No, there's a whole lot. There's a whole lot more that goes into that. As a matter of fact, I can't tell the last time I was intentional about sitting down, writing goal. Just write. I don't know. I have visions, I have plans, right? Sometimes, I don't know the last time, but let me tell you, some of the things I say I want to do, I end up even already doing them. I remember that, oh, this was in the plan. Oh, I'm already doing it. Okay. So there is a science. There is a science to goal setting. There is an art to goal setting. And there's a whole lot more. It is very, very possible if the person taking you on goal setting is not grounded. So allow you set goals that will be conflicting with your personality. Therefore, it cannot materialize. You cannot even achieve it because the goal you are setting is conflicting with another aspect of you that you are not even aware of. I'm sure you guys are hearing that for the first time. Yeah. So I just said to the person that, you know what, I won't be able to. Why will I not be able to? Because I don't have the time to give it my best. Most times I like to do live sessions, not pre-recorded. But for 2025, I will move away from there because, yeah, my schedule is becoming too tight and I may not always be able to come up live to do certain things. I'll just record them as courses and all of that. But what am I giving you guys the option for right now? While I may not want to do that, I want to give you guys a gift for next year. So it's open to you people. It's up to you people right now. If you people say yes, the team will design the flyer and put the dates. While I may not be able to do, as it were, like a goal setting session and all of that, I may do that in February. If you want to join, you can start gathering your money now. I will do that in February when the whole craze of New Year pass. People are now in reality, like the fact that it's a new year does not automatically bring new things to your life, except you intentionally go out to get new things, right? And they have left all those routine of New Year resolution. When reality of the new year is done, maybe February, I would do a goal stretching master a goal stretching, clarity and strategy session. Goal setting, clarity and strategy session for February. So if you want to join, you can already start, go and gather your money and join. It's affordable, it's not cheap, it's affordable. You can pay for it. All right. Maybe if I'm excited, I can give people from this community some maybe 40 or the 25-30% discount. But if you want to, you can do. So why I won't be doing that, right? But for next year, which is like next week, I'm happy to want to just touch on certain things for those of you here, which means that I'm happy to want to come up live and have a session where we're just going to touch on certain things. I'm even touch on the goal setting, mentorship, some little principles that will help you for 2025. If you think I should do that, it's not convenient, but if you think I should do that, let me see in the comment section. If you think I should do that. So I'm just going to do like a random touch on clarity, strategy, goal setting, mentorship, setting principles. I'm just going to touch on all of them. I don't even know what to call it. Maybe people can give me a name. So if you think I should do that, let me see in the comment section. I'm just going to wait for you guys for 3 minutes. For just 3 minutes. Let me see your response in the comment section. Do you think I should do that? Are you interested in that? Are you interested in that? This Temitayo, you are the only one still answering. Don't worry, I don't want. So I've gotten just feedback from Temitayo, from Friday. Those are just 2 persons, and you are like 11 or 15 persons that I can see live at the moment. Okay. Okay. So that'll be like my New Year gift to you guys. I don't know if it should still come under the Beyond Schooling series. Daniel, the program head, will think about that, and then okay. So let's see what happens. We probably will have that for next week. Wednesdays first, second, third, and fourth. Sunday. Let's see what happens for Monday. With Monday's date will be what? See, I'm planning this with you people on the live stream now, all right? I'm planning this with you people on the live stream. So you guys quickly respond. Monday's dates will be what? Next week, Monday. No, not 31st. The other Monday. Can't be 31st. The upper Monday. I said for the new year. Monday cannot be 31st. Can you people hear me at all? The dates, thank you, Temitayo, 6th. Okay, so we'll have that session for 6th of January. We will do the same 7 p.m. I won't remind you people. So I will allow you people go and share it by yourself and invite people to join. So Daniel, if you're here, please take down that date and you guys get the flyer ready. What should we call that? Because I don't have a name for it. It's going to be free. It's going to be just 1 hour. It's going to be just 1 hour. But if I were you, I would already even start making plans to join the main this thing. So if you're on the community, you guys follow through with Daniel. Send a message. I'm not going to push for this. So I will watch you people that say, "Ma, do it." I'll watch you push for this by yourself. So on the community, those of you that are in the community, you can already go and type there now. Tag Daniel and Daniel, Mabel, Kendra, tag them to it. Remind them, tell them that my ESOHE said she's going to do a program for you people on the 6th of January, 7 p.m. Right? So put all the details there. Let them create a flyer. They already have a picture that they'll use. Let them just create a flyer. You guys think of the name you want to give it. I'll be with you guys in session to pick a name that I think of all the names you drop. I'll just look for a name. Please, in the WhatsApp chats, that's why I'm saying you should do this. I won't follow through. I won't be the one to follow through on this. If you guys really want it, push for it on the group and then we'll make it work. I'll see you guys on the 6th if you guys make it happen. So that will be all from me to you guys. This is me saying thank you so much. It was nice having to do this with you. I want to openly and officially recognize every volunteer for this conference. Daniel, who is the project manager, Mabel, ESOHE, Kendra, who is the head of program for the organization. I'm so excited to have you guys. Thank you so much. You made this happen. I am not suggesting a name, African youth. I just said that they should come up with a name. I just said I'm going to touch on different things. So they should come up with a name. You guys come up with a name. Do that in the WhatsApp group, not on this live chat here. Do that on the WhatsApp group. So I'll be in the group to follow through. So yes, in case you say, okay, ma, I want to volunteer with the organization, please feel free, reach out, say, oh, I want to volunteer with the organization in the area of my skills, and then we'll add you to the main team, not the general volunteers for this program. We'll add you to the organization's team, right? And that will be it. My name again is ESOHE IDEHEN. I'm a woman that do a whole lot of things, but one thing that is very personal to me is my own personal vision as a person is to inspire a positive paradigm shift in young people for renowned global leadership through mentoring, training, therapy, and coaching. And that is very, very personal for me. And not complicating that. I think without questions, you can drop them. I'll give you another 2 minutes. If there are questions as let's talk about them, and let's talk about them. And then on to Daniel, please, can you come up? You can join me. Where's the moderator for today? We can be on the screen together while we're waiting for people while we're waiting for people to drop their questions. But if there are no questions, Daniel, you can come up so you can call it a wrap. Daniel, are you here? Can you come up live?
Yes, ma. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, awesome. Thank you. So it's really been an amazing time this night, I promise. It's been mind-blowing. It's far beyond my expectation, honestly. Even me as the moderator my mind has been blown. It has really been blown, and thank you so much. The truth is we cannot thank you enough. We really can't thank you enough for organizing the main conference, then the first episode of the series, and still coming to do this session with us. We can't thank you enough. We are really, really grateful. And I think the only way to really show our appreciation is by speaking, blowing the trumpet about what is happening here. So everybody, if you know you've learned a lot, if you know that you've been greatly impacted by what you've learned here, spread the word to your friends, your colleagues, everyone around you, your fellow, your students like you on your campus and everywhere around, your neighbors, even your enemies, your village people, all of them. Spread the word to them, tell them that something good is going on. Of course, we already have a community which we would keep running for as long as is possible. So you can still bring in your people into the community for subsequent programs and all of that. But for now, if you have any questions, please just ask your questions, send in your questions, and let us know that, okay, we are rounding up with that. So we'll just do that in the next 1-2 minutes. If there are no questions, we'll call it a wrap and move forward to next week's session. Okay. Any questions?
So don't the government know how below standard our academic system is? Are they caging us on purpose? The school system already from the first time. Daniel Temitaya says he wants to join the main organization. He wants to volunteer. So
yes, just please indicate in the main community. Indicate in the main community. Someone will handle that.
So Obasagi, from there are so many things I don't want to say because we are live. This is not because we're live, but because this is you people don't have your own platform yet now. Because Nigeria have their own platform. They're still using their platform. So certain things, see, psychological bondage is more dangerous than physical bondage. Obasoge, did you hear that? Psychological imprisonment is more dangerous than your normal physical being put in prison. You know why? If we are not strategic as a people, and that's why I said when I'm organizing the class, I said clarity and strategy session. People don't have strategy. I've seen a lot of people do like goal setting sessions and all of that. We don't know what strategy is. We think that strategy is planned. Strategy is not planned. It is deeper than planned. So intentionally, if I want to cage, I'm going to say a people, I don't have business with them. I just need to go to their next generation. You know that catch them young. And sell a particular ideology to their young people. Forever, I have that generation in bondage. You know why? Because even when somebody comes and tries to liberate them, somebody in that generation will be the one to stand up and say, "Na lie." It cannot be because this is how we have been doing it, and which is what is holding so many people bound. Now, so we don't they do and they come since. Even your government don't know that they are a tool in the hands of these people to cause oppression. Some of them they don't know. Some of them know. Sometimes they know. But yes, that's the plan. Remember what I told you about school, where school started from, the plan for school? Indeed, that is the plan. Because your people have been schooled, the Nigerian audience, African, not to think outside the box. Remember that the school system is coming from them now. When I go school before, colonial era that brought formal education. Our people have been educated. Our people have been educated. A formal school that they don't have. That they came and said you have to measure by certificate competition. You put people together in a class, and all you do for them is you measure their brilliance by pitching them against each other. It's psychological. It's a competition. Who carry first today? You go home, your parents say, who carry first get 2 head. Then you come back to school. They're already, from your young age, they're already teaching you competition. Meanwhile, in developed countries, they're teaching them collaboration. They're already teaching you competition. You are wondering why every time you're always competing against yourself, you must be better than the other person. So in a community, one man is succeeding. He's happy to be succeeding. He does not realize that he's an endangered species in the midst of every other person who is not succeeding. Psychological bondage. let's not go there. Let's not dig deep into that aspect. But Basage, do you get, and every other person, do you have an idea of what I'm trying to say? Yes. Man is spiritual. My dear young people, sit with your Bible if you're a believer. Many times after getting vital knowledge, I try to put it into practice, but it becomes difficult to continue. How can one stay committed? Please. One of the ways to stay committed is to get committed. There's no way. Find your strong why. Why do you want to do this? And let me tell you from experience, what I found out in my almost 10 years of training, sometimes you people write too many things. I said set a goal for 2025. You write a page full. You don't get the power. Meanwhile, you're supposed to just write one or two. In your mind, if you write one or two, they'll say you're not serious. So you are trying to practice certain things. You write down plenty. You have not finished dealing with one. So you get overwhelmed. And because you get overwhelmed, your mind records it as failure. Therefore, you don't want to do again. Yes, it's a psychology. Because your mind has recorded that you did not succeed at a particular thing. Your mind was designed to protect itself, to protect you, not itself. That's why there are sometimes you have to break past certain things in the mind. The mind was designed to protect you. So you did this thing before, you could not succeed because you wrote 10 things that you want to start doing. You did not succeed. Your mind records it as failure. The next time you want to try, it reminds you that you not say you tried before, it didn't work. What is it trying to do? It's protecting you. Therefore, one of the ways, that's why I always say to you, look for one thing, one or two, not 100. By the time you're able to push through with that one, your mind records it as success for you. Celebrate your little win. It gingers you, you go on to 2, you win, you move on to 3, you win, you move on, and that's it. So, Ita, have I answered you?
It's Max, actually. Max.
Okay. Have I answered you? Surround yourself with people who can be accountable to. When you're trying to form an habit, get accountable. Surround yourself with who you'll be accountable to. And don't deceive yourself by thinking it's going to be easy. Agree. Tell yourself it's going to be difficult. It's going to take some level of discipline on your body. So, for instance, I want to wake up by 5 o'clock daily. I've been waking up by 7 o'clock. Tell yourself the truth. Don't think it's don't allow when people come and finish speaking. Yeah, when you want to, no. Tell yourself the truth. It's going to be difficult. By the time you wake up, you will see. Let me tell you, you will wake up the next day by 5 o'clock. You'll be excited. You wake up the second day by 5 o'clock. The third day, you realize that I beg, how to still sleep. So tell you, prepare. The last set of people I took through goal setting, I taught them fear setting. And now many people reach out to me and say fear setting. Yes, I have to teach them fear setting. And which may be just part of what I'll be doing when I want to work, when I have the time to do this one for February. Don't worry, it's just 50K. Maybe. And I'd rather want to work with people in the physical space, right? I have to teach them fear setting first. And that's always worked for me. Yes, let me tell you, fear. See that fear setting. So when you tell yourself the truth that this is what you face, when it happens, you are not afraid. It is because you don't tell yourself the truth. You woke up day 1, 5 o'clock. You woke up second day, 5 o'clock. Day 3, you woke up 5 o'clock. You couldn't get up from the bed. Your body tells you, look at you, you have failed now. You have messed up. What's that? Join the master class of Basuki. Say what's that? Do you understand? So when you're about to embark on a new journey, be realistic with what is going to happen, with what you are going to face. Don't allow the speaker finish motivation. Hey, say I can do it. It's not like you will jam rock somewhere. But because you are not prepared for it, you hit the rock. Your mind tells you have failed. You relax. No, it doesn't work that way. If you fail 7 times, stand up. As long as you're not on the ground. It's when you stay on the ground that you have failed. As long as you fall and you stand up, you have not failed. Why? Because you cannot meet a man who would not just stop. It is until you stop that you have failed. Have I made myself clear? I think I've been able to. Yes. So Max said that I've already responded. So in the absence of no other question, whatever you guys need to do about setting up the other program, it has to happen this night so that Daniel can follow through and see that it happens. Mabel and Hope, they can follow through. See that I'm jamming thoughts because there is a whole lot I want to say to you people, but the plenty. It's not what to say, but it is there. It's plenty, but it's the time. It's jamming. There's so many things, you know. So, guys, I think that's all the questions we have. Yes, Obasoye says our minds do protect us from failing. I never really thought of it that way. Yes. So you need to be able to understand certain things that happen in your system so you can break past them. How do you join the master class? You pay for it now. Obasoye, when the flyer is out, it's going to happen in February, preferably February 14th. When people want to be doing love day, that day is that day. I'll check what calendar is, what February 14th is. And so you make your payment. You can pay instrumentally and secure your spot because I'm not going to open it up for crowd. I just want to work with 15, 20 persons maximum 20 persons because I need to hold them accountable and work with them for the remaining part of the year. So I don't want that crowd. I just want a few people that I can hold on. It's 50,000 in it's going to be 50,000 naira. So that's it. So you can already secure your spot. You can pay instrumentally now and secure your spot. I'm not opening for more than 15 persons, 15, 20 persons maximum. 15, 20 persons, pass like that. So any other question, any other thing? Any other question? The absence of another question permits me to say, yes, permit me to excuse myself from the stream. Thank you so much, Daniel, for having me. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you very much. I like to.
Thank you so much, Mara. Yes, so everybody, I trust that we had such a wonderful experience today. I trust that we enjoyed ourselves and we have been impacted to do better. So concerning next week's session that we have all agreed to have, just send in any details you might want us to touch in next week's session. Basically, we've sorted the date, we've sorted the time. So the date is 6th, which is on Monday. The time is 7 p.m. So it's just what's left now is just the topic. That's the theme for the program, and we are leaving it out. We are leaving it open to everybody. So send your suggestions based on what we have discussed and what the idea, based on the idea of the session. So send your suggestions for the theme to the main community, please, and we'll touch on that and decide within now and Monday. The flyer should be out. So that means, in essence, the suggestions should come in this night, immediately after this session. So thank you very much, everyone. God bless you. See you next time. Bye.